Well, welcome to a Thursday's program together from Thoughts from the Throne. I'm glad you've been with me all week, and I'm glad that you're with me today. And I trust that today will be one of the greatest days of your life as we study the stepping stones of the Christian path or the Christian pathway. Now, up to now, we've talked about three stones. We've talked about the stone of commitment. We've talked about the stone of participation. We've talked about the stone of witness. But I want you to look at a scripture today that's going to show us another stone, a stone that we can step on, and as we step on that stone, it brings us one step closer to the promises and the blessings of God. Our scripture today is found in 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 49. Now it has to do with a story about David, a shepherd boy who confronts a nemesis of God's people, a giant by the name of Goliath. And David is going to defeat the giant. Now let me read you a scripture here in verse 49. And David put his hand into his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead. That stone sunk into his forehead and he fell upon his face to the earth. David reached into his bag, pulled out a stone, and with that stone he defeated Goliath the giant. So you say, Bishop, what is the stone that I'm looking for today? Well, I call it a giant killer stone. A giant killer stone. All of us face giants in our life, and every giant is there to cause us trouble. Every giant there, he stirs up trouble in our life. I know you probably are thinking right now about some of the giants that you're facing, some of the trouble that comes your way. But I want you to know that God has provided a stone for you, a giant killer stone, and if you'll step on that stone, you can defeat the devil and you can stop trouble right where it's at. Isn't that a good thought? To know that no matter what the trouble is, that you can stop it. God has given you the ability to stop it, and all you have to do is step on the stone, the giant killer stone, stop trouble in its tracks. And when you do, you'll see the joy and the peace of the love of God just begin to bubble up inside of you, and you'll be a different person today. Well, that's a good thought, and I'm glad to be able to share it with you. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday.